not a bad little day. I've changed that, you see it down there, that adjuster down there for a better one that the cable fits in. I had a push bike one on before, so the throttle cable's now fitted correctly. I've put the throttle stop on there, so I can't overstretch the throttle cable. And I'd welded that bracket on the other day there for the brake, so that's now operating a handbrake. And the way I've done that is I've put a Cyclekart generic handbrake lever there, so it looks the same attitude as the original car, and it all operates on the ratchet. And I'll paint it gold, so it looks a bit better. I'm probably going to cover up this bit here with some front push bike sprockets to make it look a bit more steampunk sort of setup. The other thing I've done to make it easier to get in and out is I've welded on the removable steering column bracket, so that comes on and off, and getting in and out easier. Still waiting on the front brackets to weld the axle in, so I can take for another test run. But yeah, getting there. And the bodywork, obviously. Been doing a bit of work fabricating the front body up. So I've cut the bulkhead down to size. I've cut the grille down to size. I'm putting boards along the bottom for the bonnet to come down and rest on either side. It all needs stiffening up a bit because it's a bit wobbly, bolting down there. Got it bolted through the chassis here. You can see the other side there. So this bit's all solid, and the body will be removable in minutes if I want to do so. Change the body. The handbrake's fitted, and my latest accessory, if I need to overtake, get out my way. Bit more trimming. I've trimmed the ends off the beer barrel, both ends. I've trimmed there to get cool into the engine, so that's dropped it down a little bit more. I've trimmed the bottom side off there, so that's sitting roughly where I want it. I'm not going to mount it yet because the airbox and the exhaust are coming off and being replaced, so it might come down another inch or two, and I'll probably trim the neck of the bottle off. The front end, courtesy of some IKEA cardboard packaging, I've made the template up for that, so that is roughly how the front end's going to go there. We'll make that out of aluminium, and we'll find a grill for the front of it. Still waiting to get those two supports welded in. They haven't turned up yet, but it's sort of getting there. You can sort of see the resemblance now, I hope. I've been waiting, well, it will be a week now that Hermes, or the Every as they're called now, has got the brackets for the front axle. So I've elected to start stripping the cart down so I can tidy up the welds, do any welds that need doing again, grind off sharp corners and get the chassis painted, and then I don't have to take it apart again. The more bits I'm adding, the more bits I've got to take away. So I'm going to mark up the front axle for where the brackets need to go. I'm going to strip it down and spend the next few days tidying up welds, turn the chassis upside down so I can get access, do proper welds, and get some paint on the chassis, then I don't have to take it apart again. And obviously the tub's basically done as well, so I'll get some paint on that to get it waterproofed. So there we go. So we've got the seat and the what I've done are the cardboard templates over there. We've taken the seat box out. I just need to mark up that front axle for where those brackets are going to weld on. I'll probably dismantle the steering column and steering rack and take that out next. And we can remove the engine, and then probably remove the handbrake and the horn. Just thinking aloud now. There's the steering box that's just dropped out the bottom. Just need to take these sharp edges off it, clean it all up a bit, paint it. I did put a bit of paint on the underside just to keep the worst of the wet out while I was. Need to trim now where the leaf spring just catches when it compresses. So yeah, it's coming back to a chassis. Tidy all these welds up on the back, then you just tack those blanks on at the back. Sort all that out. Well, I've been at it just over an hour, and we've got the tub over there that looks remarkably like a coffin. And we've got the chassis here. Chassis is all stripped, still got the axles on at the time being, but it's easier to wheel it out the garage with the axles on. Plenty of bits I can get to now to clean up and weld, and then I'll probably flip it over and clean up and weld the other side, and then I might take the axles out to finish off around the back end down there where it's a bit tight. Or maybe I won't, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So not much to report really. Don't worry, I've not crashed. I've just flipped it over so I can get at any welds underneath. I was going to flip it right over, but to be honest, I don't think there's any need. So I can tidy up the welds underneath with a grinder. I might not be the best welder in the world, but I'm pretty handy with a sodding grinder. Yeah, so, and any welds I couldn't get to when I'd got it assembled, I'm now going to go over them on the underside as required. Fantastic news, my extra thick, extra strong brackets have turned up for the front axle, and I've just given it all except for the front axle a lick of paint. I like the old tractor paint, it goes on and it stays on. And I had a bit left over from the digger bucket over there, so bit of satin black on there. Looks a lot better now. Tidied the welds up yesterday, so hopefully I'll take this front axle off, get these welded on, and we'll be bolting it back together tomorrow. Place is a complete mess, but we've got the chassis painted. I moved the axle one way and moved the axle the other way to paint where the clamps go on the chassis. I've taken the front axle off. The parts have arrived, so they're welded on the bottom of the axle. The axle's painted. All the chassis is painted. So, and it just before it started raining, well, tell a lie, it just started raining as I was finishing. So, I think we're going to call it quits today at that. And hopefully tomorrow it will have dried off a bit. And I can maybe start putting it back together. I need to paint the tub. I think that primer's gone off now. So I could paint the tub maybe before I go out. And just like that, as if by magic, half a day's work later, and it's all back together again. Well, drivable. I want to split pin these. I've just got R clips through at the moment, but there's a few threads showing, so they could undo a few threads, so I'm going to split pin them properly. These need nipping up and adjusting. I've got the handbrake working again, got the accelerator all working again. Brakes are working, handbrake's working, said that. I've painted the floor pan, the wooden floor pan, a matte colour underneath, so hopefully it vanishes out of sight. That matte looks a bit more like gloss than that to me though. And on the top I've done a silver on the wood on the inside to make it look like a metally aluminium floor. Obviously it's not. The quick release steering wheel's fitted. The engine's all in. The only thing I need to do to the engine now to be legal to run is to move the switch there to the dashboard and put a dashboard in with a switch on to kill the engine. Other than that, everything's to regs to run in competition, and obviously finish the body off, which is lying in various stages around the garage. But all the front axle has been welded with them brackets to stop the front axle spinning again. Thanks Mark for sending them through so quick. Another test run I think before it rains. Well, there we go. Grass is a bit wet today. Damn thing was wheel spinning everywhere, and I'm covered, absolutely plastered in the stuff. As the daughter just said, you're covered in bunny poo. And a big smile on my face. Yeah, it's running great now. All seems set up, and crack on with the body. Here we are again. Nice sunny day. I've put a stage 1 tuning kit on it. So we've got the change the carburetor, air filter, breather, and exhaust. Nice little simple mod to do. Should take it to stage 1, and it's only taken less than an hour to fit. Oh, spark plug. It's come with other needle jets as well, so you can adjust the carburation, see how it goes. I've not started it yet. We're yeah. Oh, childish, I know. There we go. Right, let's see if it starts. First start up with the stage 1 kit fitted. I'll put you down there. So, ignition on, fuel on, choke on, and brakes on. Check. Wonder what's going to happen. So, how did it go? I went down to the bottom field, and there's a grass ramp to get up, and it's a bit boggy, and I just couldn't get back up the ramp, just wheel spinning away. The exhaust pipe seems to be coming a little bit loose. Can't do much with it at the moment, it's boiling hot, and it's got quite a hesitation when I try to accelerate. So we're going to have to start messing around with jetting on it. Or maybe it's a spark plug, I don't know. So, onwards with the body work. Well, I built it to go in the back of a Volkswagen Transporter, and yeah, that's just touching the back door. The air cleaner is up against the back of the passenger seat, and the exhaust pipe is in the cabin. I might unscrew that bit when I'm driving. So yeah, I built it with the intention of fitting it in a Volkswagen Transporter T5, and it does fit in one, but the engine overhang, the chassis and the exhaust pipe has all added to it. So now I know the box on the back I'm going to cover this lot with can't be much longer than the engine back of the cylinder head.